Answer 2 is u plus v is equal to v plus u. This is being closed also, and this is for commutative also. You can take up the second one. U plus v. U plus v is equal to x plus y. X plus y is equal to x into y. And then v plus y is equal to v plus u is equal to v plus u is equal to y plus x. Y plus x is equal to y into x. So whether you multiply x into y or y into x, it is going to be a commutative. Commutative. Next is third one. Third one is our criteria for associativity. So please verify u plus v plus w is u plus v plus w and u plus v plus w. Just check the associativity. U plus v plus w is u plus v plus w.
Excuse
U
me,
plus, yeah.
Ma'am, do we have to introduce another variable, ma'am? Because u plus v is xy, but here we are introducing w also, no,
Yeah,
ma'am?
w also you can take a smaller this one.
Like xyz we have to take, ma'am, or just let it be
Yes,
as
yes,
xy.
yes, yes. Anything, any presentation is fine.
Yes, ma'am.
U plus v plus w. Okay, so we can have x plus y plus z. This is equal to x plus y plus z. So this belongs to v. And addition of real is again real, so definitely it will belong to the real numbers. In any order you can add 1 plus 2 plus 3 or 1 plus 2 plus 3. Next is, this is commutative. Now we need to find out additive identity and additive inverse. Additive identity is whatever you are going to add, additive identity is whatever you are going to add, additive identity is, let us take it as 0 plus u. Okay, 0 plus u. It should be u only. So if you are adding some number to u, you should get u only. So if let us take u to be u belongs to, or u is equal to x belongs to v. Just take that u belongs to v. Then we can just add 0 here. We can have here x plus 0, 0 plus x is equal to x. Okay. Which belongs to v. Okay. So when you added 0 plus v, you 0 plus x, which is x belongs to v. So this is done. Now I can say 0 is the additive identity what you have added here. Now next is additive inverse. Additive inverse. Additive inverse is just add some number e to x bar so that you can get 0. Okay, so 0 is nothing but 0 only, right? So we can have here only, I can say e is unknown. So I can have e is equal to minus of x or minus of x bar.
Ma'am, what about that kx is equal to x power k? No?
What is that?
In the question they have mentioned kx
No,
is
that
equal
will be
to...
scalar multiplication. So now till now we did all verifications for additive identity and additive inverse. Now 6th onwards is scalar multiplication.
Yes.
Till now whatever we have done, that was additive identity, right? This also you want to implement. What Adi, you are what are you asking here?
Ma'am, means like they have given 2 equations, but we are using only one equation to check. No, so what about the
No, I'll
second
use
equation?
another one also, but that also is not used here. What are we getting after adding? Can you tell me? We are getting x, y, z. X, y, z. And here also I am getting x, y, z. Correct? When you add x plus y, you will get x into y. Then you add x into y with z, you will get x, y, z. Here also you will get x plus y, y, z. We got x into y into z again. When we add x plus y, z, we'll get x into y into z. Next is next you check for additive multiplication. K into x is equal to x raised power k. Just see this one. K into u is belonging to v. U is equal to x1. K into x1 is x1 raised power k, which belongs to v. So x1 is positive real numbers, whereas k can be the any real number. So this belongs to v. That is what is given in the question. Now let us take k into whether it is a vector space or not, k into u plus v. So now here you have to multiply scalar multiplication because the scalar is appearing as a multiple to u plus v. So k into u plus v is equal to ku plus kv. Just add it. What are you getting? Check once and tell me the answer. Quickly check all scalar multiplications. There are 10 conditions, right? And wherever you are not able to understand, you can ask me. K into u plus v is ku plus kv. So u is equal to x1 and v is equal to x2. K into x1, x2 is x1 raised power k, x2 raised power k, x1 into x2 raised power k, k into x1, x2 is x1 into x2 raised power k.
Excuse me, ma'am.
So just check. Yeah.
Ma'am, the seventh one, we should apply for the multiplication equation, right? Like the scalar multiplication one.
Yes.
U plus v, but we have only one vector, like one equation, right? But v, where we will find it?
No, u is x1 and v is x2. So u plus v will be what? It is defined now. U into v. X plus y is what? X into y.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the thing we have to apply. Completed? Completed? Let us take seventh one, k plus u plus v is equal to k into u plus k into v. So the sixth one is just basic definition, what we have proved in the first place only, k into u is equal to u raised to the power k. Correct? Next is seventh one. Seventh is k into u plus v is equal to k into u plus v uv is equal to u raised to the power k into v raised to the power k. Same for RHS, k into u plus k into v, which is nothing but u raised to the power k into v raised to the power k. So both can be written as u into v raised to the power k. Correct? U into v raised to the power k. And here also you can write as u into v raised to the power k. U into v raised to the power k. Okay. This is my seventh problem. Eighth property is, what is the eighth property? Both are in the same form. No, u into v is coming as real numbers only raised to the power k. So both belongs to the given set capital V. Whatever the set is given, that capital V set only. Correct? Next is k1 plus k2 into u is equal to k1u plus k2u. So LHS is k1 plus k2 into u and RHS is k1u plus k2u. Here you are taking two different scalars, adding and then multiplying with u is equal to k1u plus k2u.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, so we're just trying to prove the new axioms with the ones that we have already learned.
Yeah, then only you can show that it is a vector space. No, here it is showing that this is the set. You have to show that it is a vector space.
Okay, ma'am.
We are taking from 5.1 only. Yeah.
Okay.
So now eighth axiom is this only, k1 plus k2, add two scalars, multiply with u is equal to k1u plus k2u. Done? Taking a lot of time. Completed or not? Shall I do?
Ma'am, in exam, in what
You have
way
to
they
check all
last?
the 10 axioms. Yes. Even sometimes it can be asked that you have to list out the axioms which is not being satisfied. Completed? Then I'll leave it as on homework. You just see 1 into x1 is equal to x1 raised to power 1, which is going to be satisfied again. When you are multiplying two scalars and then multiplying with you will get x1 raised to the power k1 into k2. And LHS and RHS both are giving the same thing. Okay, and this vector is actually belonging again back to the capital V. So it is closed. Okay. Now let us come to the next question. There are a few more questions which are given there. Please try those questions. This question is also there. Here it is saying that axiom 9 and 10 fails. Axiom 9 and 10, please check. It is failing there. 10 is 1 and 2.
Third one,
Any
right,
vector
ma'am?
x. Yes. Huh?
Third question, right, in that textbook?
This third question. 1 into x, again it is not going to be x only. So if you multiply k into xy, it is going to be 2kx comma 2ky. Right. So x into yk into x comma y is 2kx comma 2ky. And 9 also will fail. Why? Because k into lu is k into, you just take l into u and you must get kl into u. K into lu should be equal to kl into u. That is what the ninth axiom says, but you are not getting that. How? When you are multiplying L first, okay, you will get 2Lx comma
And where are you
2Ly.
multiplying L, ma'am? You're multiplying L
L should be multiplied to U. Whatever the vector is given, no, they have taken only two vectors here. Just see what set you are getting. Set is given as x comma y. Okay, addition of two vectors in the set is defined as x comma y plus x dash comma y dash. When you are adding this, you will get x plus x dash comma y plus y dash. K into xy is given as 2kx comma 2ky.
When we are multiplying L into U, we should place L in place of K. Okay.
Ma'am, how the 4 came, ma'am, there in the axiom? 4k lex.
4 will come because once you are multiplying here, all 8 axioms, please verify. First you multiply L into U. So when you are multiplying L into U, U is x comma y. So multiply L into U, you will get 2kx comma 2ky, correct? Then you have to multiply k. So again, when you are multiplying k into LU, it is k along with k2 also should come. Actually, when you are multiplying k to x comma y, 2k should be multiplied to each component. So same here, when you are multiplying k to this LU, 2k should be multiplied to this vector. So you'll get 4kl x1 comma 4kl y1.
Ma'am, means they mentioned, ma'am, like R is equal to 2k
Yes,
up
yes.
to M.
It is given already, na, that scalar multiplication will be multiplied like this. Vector addition will be multiplied like this. Vector addition will be done like this.
Ma'am, but while multiplying KL, why didn't it come? But while multiplying KL, why did not it came in like 4KL?
Yeah. 4k lx. No, see, every time when you are multiplying a scalar to the vector, a scalar multiplied with 2 should be multiplied to a vector. When you are multiplying k with a vector, k multiplied with 2 should be multiplied to the vector component. So it is like 2k and 2k should be multiplied here. Got it? So once you multiply L, then 2L should be multiplied. Then you multiply K, then 2K should be multiplied. That is the reason 4 is appearing. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Any other doubt? People are taking a lot of time there.
For this question, can you do for 8th one, ma'am?
Yeah. 8th bit is what?
K plus L into U is equal to KU plus LU.
That is 9th bit, no? K plus L, okay. K plus L into U is K plus L into U is equal to
KU plus LU.
KU plus LU. So K plus L into U will be what? According to the definition, first you have to add K plus L into U. So I will get here LHS if I take.
Ma'am, we are adding the scalars
Yeah,
like.
LHS I am taking. So K plus L will be treated as one vector, sorry, one scalar, and I should get 2 into K plus L
into X.
Yeah. K plus L into X. Similarly, 2 into K plus L
Y.
into Y. Plus should not come, there should be a comma. That is LHS, correct? And when it comes to RHS,
RHS should be
when it
treated as
comes to
axiom 9,
RHS,
right?
huh?
RHS separately we should treat it as axiom 9, KU plus LU, like that.
Yeah, RHS is KU is 2K. You have to multiply, no, here KU. U is having X comma Y component. So when you are multiplying
2K.
KU, I will get 2K, because you are taking U to be the vector here. You can write U is a vector which is taken as X comma Y. So multiply K into U, you will get K into X,
2KX, right?
comma K into Y. KV is not V, sorry, LU, LU, not KL,
And it should
LU.
be 2KX, right?
Yeah,
2KX and 2KY.
correct. Here also 2 will come and here also 2 will come. Here also 2 will come. Add these two vectors, 2LU, 2LX, comma 2LY.
Got it. It's the same.
Add it. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You'll get the same. Correct. So like this, please perform the questions, and today I'll share this PPT in PDF form. I think 5.1 people have to complete. It is expected that they should complete. This question also I will explain here. It is the real numbers again. They are telling x is greater than or equal to 0. So there is a condition on x, and the other y and all is not at all. Just a condition on x is given, that first slot element is greater than or equal to 0. So you are taking two elements in the same set R. U is u1 u comma u2, v is v1 comma v2. u1 is greater than or equal to 0, v1 is also greater than or equal to 0. u1 comma u2 belongs to R, v1 comma v2 belongs to R. So here in this case I have written 5 and 6 will fail. So you need to check 5 and 6 is additive identity and additive inverse. No, sorry, additive inverse and the scalar multiplication. So please check additive inverse you will not get, and the scalar multiplication will not satisfy here. They are telling standard operations, right? So standard operations means why is axiom 6 will fail, because when you are multiplying k with the vector x comma y, no, standard operation says kx into ky. But what if k is negative? The first slot element is going to be negative only. But here it is defining that the set is having x to be greater than 0. It means the element, the resultant will not at all be into the set back. You will not get the set back. You will not get the element in the set back. Correct? Okay. Got it? Yes, please confirm. Okay, let us come to the next. exam 5 and 6 you see u is a vector in the capital V, which is x comma v, y, and when you are multiplying with k is -1, then you will get here as minus negative, which will not belongs to Vy because u1 should be greater than 0, but it is less than 0. So that is the reason this 6 is not satisfied. Second is that u belongs to V, there exists minus u in V such that u plus minus V minus u is equal to minus u plus u is equal
Again,
to
it's the
0.
same. U1 should be
Yeah.
greater than 0. So it's
Yes,
like that.
yes. So both the conditions should be satisfied. Okay. Now 5.1 you people can try, and if you have any problem in that you can ask me, I will discuss. But I think this is this PPT is not only 5, yeah, it is only 5.1. So first you try and then I will give, because most of the times you know where the mistake is. Either they will not be, student will not be able to correctly identify the axioms, or they will not be able to identify what will be the correct additive identity and additive inverse. Okay, so there you should be very clear with the